Let me show you why freezer paper templates in the finished size without seam allowances are better. It is better to draw, trace, or print on freezer paper in the finished size and add the seam allowances when you cut the fabric. It makes every step easier. Freezer paper and an acrylic ruler can be used for any shape. The acrylic ruler gives you an acrylic edge on the freezer paper. I add seam allowances around a hexagon template when I cut, but it is the same for diamonds, hexagons, triangles, kites, Cleopatra's fan, double wedding ring, any shape for any design. So far, this is just a freezer paper template, but all you need is an acrylic ruler to make it perfect for rotary cutting the fabric. With a template without seam allowances, I can mark the sewing line, matching marks, and crosshairs if I need them. Sometimes it is not necessary to mark the sewing lines. For example, I can use a triangle template in the finished size to cut several layers of fabric at a time, and they're ready to sew. Even when I don't need to mark the sewing lines, a freezer paper template in the finished size is better than a template that includes the seam allowances for several reasons. Freezer paper templates allow you to cut more accurately because the templates are fixed in position, not sliding around. You can have as many as you want in any shape, any size. And you are the one who determines the width of the seam allowance. Quilters who enjoy English paper piecing often like a slightly wider seam allowance, and you can do that. Freezer paper templates are wonderful, whether you are using a rotary cutter or scissors, and whether you are sewing by hand or by machine. They're perfect whether or not you mark the seam lines, crosshairs, and matching marks, and whether the shapes are curved or straight. When you cannot print with Inklingo, I always recommend freezer paper templates. Freezer paper is less expensive and does more than any other template material. It is also important for Inklingo. There is a video on the main beginners page on the website that shows how you can print on fabric with the ordinary inkjet printer you already have. I hope you can see why I'm such a big fan of freezer paper. It sets you free so you can make any quilt you see or any design that you dream up on your own. If you can draw it or trace it on freezer paper, you can cut it apart and sew it together. And I hope you'll want to share this information with your friends. I always want to know what you think about my videos. Please check the links below and leave a comment. It also helps me if you click to like the video. Thank you for watching.